Data Jockey here, machine learning for Victorian racing. Race 6 at Coleraine, Sunday 19 July 2026. Let us get straight into it. Here is what the model is saying about Race 6 at Coleraine, in brief. 2 selections on the board. Thinking Sensation carries the place selection, the model's strongest read for this race. Hot Stepping Hippie sits in the same race multi only as the top 4 leg. So the short version, Thinking Sensation to place, multi combining both for the value angle. Worth staying for the full breakdown though, because this race has some genuinely interesting detail behind it, and the reasoning matters more than the headline. Race 6 at Coleraine, 12 runners, and the top 3 pay a place dividend today. Now straight up, the model is sending a clear signal on this race. The top selection is not the market favorite. The model sees value the market is underpricing. That is exactly the scenario this model was designed to identify, where the data and the market are pointing in different directions. 2 selections from the model today. Place selection on pick 1, same race multi also available combining both selections. Worth saying again, not every race gets a tip. The model only fires when it genuinely sees value. No quota to fill, no pick just for the sake of it. Today it sees something real. Let us get into them. Before I get into the picks, a quick word on how this works, because it is genuinely different to anything else you will find in the tipping space. The selections come from a machine learning model that continuously learns from Victorian racing results. Every single race meeting, every result, every finishing position feeds back into it. This is not a set-and-forget system. It is live, it is learning, and it gets sharper with every race run in Victoria. Now here is the part that really sets it apart. Most tipsters, most models out there are chasing the winner. I made a completely different call. This model was built from the ground up to find place finishers, horses that hit the top positions and pay a place dividend. That is a fundamentally different problem to finding the winner, and it demands a completely different approach. The model weighs up dozens of variables across the entire field at once. Things that interact with each other in ways that no human analyst could ever track manually. Pace, distance, field composition, historical patterns, how each horse matches up against these specific rivals on this specific day. All of it simultaneously. That is the power of building it this way. If you want to go deep on the methodology, how the model was actually built, what it looks at, how it was trained, the link is in the description below. Check it out when you get a chance. But for today, I have got race 6 to get through, and the model has some strong opinions. Let us get into the picks. Let us start with pick 1 for race 6. Thinking Sensation, the model's top selection, currently 3rd in the market. Not the favorite, nowhere near the headline of the betting market, just sitting at a price the model believes is significantly off. That is the whole story right there. A gap between what the market thinks and what the data is showing, and that gap is precisely what this model is built to find. Here is something worth being upfront about, because I think it builds trust rather than costing it. I cannot point to one tidy reason the model has landed on Thinking Sensation. That is not how it operates. It is not running on a single insight like track preference or distance record, the kind of single-factor reasoning that most form analysis relies on. Instead, it is working through dozens of variables at the same time. Track conditions, distance, field size, who else is in this race, historical patterns drawn from thousands of past Victorian races. All of it considered together, picking up on relationships a person scanning a form guide would simply never catch. That is the whole point of building it this way. If it could be boiled down to one sentence, there would be no need for a model at all. What matters is this. The market has Thinking Sensation sitting at 3rd in the market. The model has it ranked 1st for race 6. That difference is where the value sits, and finding exactly that kind of gap is what this model exists to do. It was built specifically around place finishers, not winners, so when it puts a horse at the top, it is saying this horse matches the pattern of horses that have historically finished in the places. A different way of looking at the problem entirely. Thinking Sensation for the place. Top 3 finish in a 12-runner field. That is the model's read on race 6. For entertainment purposes only, please make your own informed decision before placing any bet. Hot Stepping Hippie, currently 7th in the market, takes pick 2, a genuinely different kind of selection to pick 1, so it is worth being clear on the distinction. The model rates Hot Stepping Hippie as a likely top 4 finisher, but it stops short of backing a top 3 finish specifically. That gap matters. There is not enough support in the data for a standalone place selection here, but there is solid support for the top 4 role in the same race multi. That distinction might sound minor, but in a 12-runner field it genuinely is not. Top 3 pays a place dividend, 4th does not. So the model is not recommending Hot Stepping Hippie as a place bet by itself. The same race multi is where it earns its spot. What the model is essentially saying about Hot Stepping Hippie is that it belongs in this race and fits the top 4 profile for this field, but a top 3 finish is less certain. For the multi, top 4 is all that is required. Thinking Sensation in top 3, Hot Stepping Hippie in the top 4, that is the model's combination for race 6. For race 6, the same race multi combines Thinking Sensation finishing top 3 with Hot Stepping Hippie finishing in the top 4. Check your own wagering provider for whether this market is offered. Worth pausing on one point before moving on, these two bets are not equivalent, and they do not share the same probability of success. The standalone place selection on Thinking Sensation is the model's higher confidence read, a smaller return, but a meaningfully better chance of it actually landing, and that remains the model's central view for this race. The same race multi requires both legs to come through, Thinking Sensation in top 3, Hot Stepping Hippie in the top 4, which reduces the overall probability but increases the potential payout if it does land. Taking both is optional, not required. Thinking Sensation alone carries the model's strongest signal. The multi is there for those drawn to the longer odds, higher return option. Either way, understand exactly what each bet needs before deciding. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please make your own informed decision. For anyone following the full card, every race gets its own video, and they are all in the playlist Live Before Race 1. Worth a look through the other races to see what else the model has flagged today. A place multi combining several selections is something some punters build themselves. Check with your wagering provider on how that is structured. Make sure any decision you make is your own, fully informed. Important reminder too, always check for scratchings before placing anything, since they can change a race entirely on the day. The model's place selection for race 6 is Thinking Sensation. The full card is waiting in the playlist. If you are not subscribed yet, this channel covers every Victorian meeting, every race day, and every selection comes at no cost, nothing locked behind a paywall here. Race 6 at Coleraine all wrapped up. The headline Thinking Sensation for the place, and Thinking Sensation top 3, with Hot Stepping Hippie top 4 as the same race multi if the longer odds option appeals to you. Every selection gets tracked publicly, with results posted weekly, no exceptions and no cherry-picking, win streaks or losing runs alike. That is the only honest way to judge this model over time, and it is on you to make that call. For entertainment purposes only, as always, please make your own informed decisions and gamble responsibly. See you next race.